according to what the Buddha taught us in the Rohitassa Sutta, the world that we experience by our mind is not outside us, but within our own body. His words are, Vyamatta kalevare panyapemi lokancha. He said, Vyamatta kalevare, in our physical body, which is about 6 feet, is the world lokancha. Vyamatta kalevare panyapemi lokancha. Within that body, we see with our mind not the actual body, but the pictures of the body, pictures of the world outside us, reflected into the mind by our sense organs. The eyes reflect into the mind different forms in the outside world. Ears reflect into our mind different sounds in the outside world. The nose reflects different smells in the outside world. The tongue reflects and sends information to the mind about the different tastes in the world outside. The body, the skin, send information through reflection about different things that we touch, that we come in contact physically. And at the same time, our brain has retained the memories of all our past experiences, and they get activated sometimes. And when these pictures, which we call knowledge, get activated, we can experience them as if it is there, here and now. According to scientists, according to their modern findings, every cell in our body contains memories. And after the recent heart transplant, they have realized there are memories not only in our brain, but also in our heart. That means our entire body is a reservoir of memories. What are memories? They are realities, but not actual realities. They are reflections. For example, our own form, ourself, can be reflected in the mirror. But there is only what we get in the mirror is only a reflection. I am not there, but when I go to a mirror, when I am standing in front of a mirror, it reflects me. But the mirror contains is only a reflection. The reflection is only a mirage. There is only a picture. In Pali, the word is called chitta. In Sanskrit, chitta comes from the Sanskrit word chitra. Chitta means picture. Our mind is a picture hall. What we experience in our body through our mind is different video films, different audio films, different pictures and different sounds. They appear to be real, but not actual real. We are guided by these pictures. These pictures are formed by our traditions, by our religions. We have religious traditions that form different pictures in our mind. Right and wrong, we have a mental picture of what is right and what is wrong, according to our religion or according to morality. Our parents have created different pictures in our mind. And our ancestors, through the genetic engineering, all genes in the mind contain the memories of our ancestors. And we have those tendencies. We like certain things or dislike certain things according to our genetic engineering. And also according to our previous memories that we may have written not only in this life, but we are guided by memories from our past life according to what the Buddha has described in the Buddhist canon. For example, you may fall in love with somebody due to experiences on the previous life. Good example is Yasodhara in the Buddha's life story, the wife of Prince Siddhartha. She loved Siddhartha according to different Jataka stories in different lives. They met each other during the time of the Buddha called Deepankara. And they fall in love with each other, and that love affair went on for the entire lifespan until both of them attained the final cessation of life at parinirvana. Similarly, we may get like to a certain person according to our previous experiences. If that not only our liking, our disliking. When we see certain people, certain beings, certain persons, we start an instant disliking. As we start get an instant liking for some. That is called according to previous experiences. In this way, our entire body is a picture hall that create different pictures, audio and video pictures that we can experience as if they are real. Nirvana is the escaping from this prison house. The Pali word rodha means a prison, impediment, obstruction, restriction. We are extended, our world is limited. What we know of the world is very limited. What our sense organs have gathered information, they are very limited. All pieces of importance are limited because our eyes can see only a limited range of forms, pictures. We can't see the colors in the entire rainbow. Our visual range is limited. Our audio limited in range. We can't hear most of the sounds that animals can hear. Our smell is limited. We can't smell what the dogs can smell. With limited experiences of the world outside, we have created a picture of the world outside. It is that picture that guides us, that controls us. Because we think that picture, that illusion is real, is really actual. And Rodha means the house, the body that create that prison house. Nirodha means escaping from that prison. We escape from the physical prison only at the parinirvana. We escape from the mental prison at the attainment of nirvana. Nirvana and parinirvana. Nibbana and parinibbana. When Buddha realized nirvana, we say that he has attained nibbana. When he passed away, we said that he attained parinirvana. Until parinirvana, from the nirvana attainment for 4 to 5 years, Buddha underwent the suffering of the physical body, its decay, sickness and death. But mentally he did not suffer. He escaped from the mental suffering. Escaping from mental suffering means attaining nirvana. Dukkha nirodha. Dukkha, the word means pollution. Pollution. The mind gets polluted by different mental images that we get formed through our sensory experiences. Once you get enlightened, there is no influence of those pictures in yourself. That is why it is said in the Mangala Sutta, all the enlightened ones are not disturbed, not distracted, not perturbed, not affected by any physical changes, worldly changes, changes outside us. Puttasya loka dhamme chittang yasana kampati. Their minds are not disturbed by the worldly vicissitude. That is the verbal meaning of those words. Attaining nirvana is freeing oneself from the effect of mental images. No mental image can influence an enlightened one. Mental images are illusions. They are creations. All what is created is called sankata dhamma. Created forms, created experiences. Nirvana, beyond that mind, at the bottom of the mind, beyond that mind, there is nirvana which is not created. It's called asankata dhamma. It is not born, it does not change its form. That's why it is because it is not born. Upado napanyayati, Buddha says. Vayo napanyayati, there is no decay. There is no birth, there is no decay. And titasa anyatat napanyayati, there is no transformation. That is a state which is not getting changed like the superficial mind. Our mind is always changing. That means all the pictures that get formed in our minds are changing from moment to moment. That is the realization that the Buddha's first disciple called Reverend Kondanya realized by listening to the Buddha's first sermon called Dhamma Chakkappavatthana Sutta. At the end, Buddha himself says, there dawned upon the eye that could see the reality of mental images in Reverend Kondanya, without any prejudice, without any dust, without any defilement. Seeing it purely, pure sight, that means seeing things as they are. Yata bhuta jnana dasana. What is the yata, the reality? All mental forms are born to decay and die. Jati, jara, marana. In that sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Buddha says, what Reverend Konyan realized, Yankichi samudaya dhammam sabbanta nirodhammanti. Whatever mental images, mental formations, mental pictures that are born in our mind are doomed to decay and die and vanish. They appear to disappear. They are not constant. The nirvana, on the other hand, is constant. It is eternal. It is beyond time and space. All worldly items are controlled, limited by time and space. Everybody needs a certain limited space for existence. Everything needs a certain space, limited space for existence. The entire universe needs a limited space for existence. And existence means it needs time. In the universe can exist only within a limited time. Even if you become a Brahma or a deity or Deva, you can live all within, even human beings, they can live within a limited time. All beings have a limited existence. Therefore, their existence limited by time and space. Nirvana is beyond time and space. It is not a product of the body. It is not a product of the sense organs. It is not a product of the mind. In the Tatya Nibbana Sutta, Buddha says the nirvana is unborn, ajatang, unmanifested, not an event, abhutang, not done, akatang, not composed of some other things, asankatang. That is the nature of the reality beyond our unreal mind. It is real to us, but not the actual reality. They are formations that appear to disappear. Yankicha samudaya dhammam sabbantan nirodhammanti. These mental images, as I mentioned earlier, are based on our previous knowledge. When you hear some sound, some voice, there comes into your mind the picture of a mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, daughter, son, etc. That sound gives a signal through the ear into our brain to recognize our previous memories. The signal is called sanya. With the sanya, we recognize the memories of our father, mother, brother, etc. that are retained as memories in our brain cells. Then what we experience is not our father, mother or brother. We experience the memory picture that gets retrieved from our hard disk. It is called Mano Dhatu in Pali, and it is our brain that retains those things. Now, scientists have found out we have got memories throughout our body. Memories mean picture. Therefore, our body is a picture hall containing knowledge. Every cell, every atom contains some sort of knowledge. They call it the consciousness of the cell, consciousness of the atom. That means every cell, every atom contains certain type of emotions, information. It is because of that electrons are moving, revolving around the nucleus of an atom. That is why protons and neutrons in the nucleus are rotating around themselves. That is how the quarks are vibrating. That is how all the energy strings are vibrating according to some kind of previous information called consciousness. Consciousness really means the ability to form a picture. There are mental pictures. All mental pictures are illusions. Escaping from the illusion is called dukkha nirodha, because Buddha referred to our mind called chitta as the source of all suffering. Sankittena pancha upadana khandhapi dukkha. Upadana khandha are 5 elements or incidents for 5 aspects that go to form a thought. A thought is called chitta. Chitta really means a mental image, a mental picture. For example, in that mental pictures called thoughts are formed by the stimulation of a sense organ. That stimulation is called rupa. Rupa has another meaning called form, but all stimulations are rupa because they have a certain form of stimulation. Rupatiti ko bhikkhave rupan, that is the definition given by the Buddha. Rupa means stimulation. Rupta means gattiyati piliyati. When certain light waves from an object touch our eye, the eye gets a signal. I get a certain sensation. The eye sensation is called chakku vijnana. And that chakku vijnana makes the eye to experience a certain kind of feeling, pleasant, unpleasant or neutral. Sukha vedana, dukkha vedana, adukkam asukha vedana. When mind experiences the outer object, it sends a signal to the brain to recognize it. And that signal is called sanya. Vedana is feeling, the stimulation is rupa, vedana is feeling created by the stimulation, and signals into the brain is called sanya because it can retrieve the previous memories associated with that particular object of the sense organ. Once the pictures are retrieved, for example, we see a picture, we hear a sound, and there comes into our mind the memory of our dead mother or father. Then we started thinking about the thinking happens automatically. Therefore, formation of thought is the cause of all suffering. Suffering doesn't mean only pain. Even pleasure is a suffering. Even a neutral feeling is a suffering. It's a good dukkha. But a dukkha, change of form. It's a transformation. We get a pleasant feeling, it is a transformation. We get a transformation of our mind, mental state. We get an unpleasant feeling, there is a transformation of our mental state. We get a neutral feeling, there is a transformation of our mental state. Therefore, all thoughts bring about a transformation in the mind, and those transformations are illusory, they are imaginary, they are not actual realities, though we experience them as realities. Thinking process. A generated thinking process means a thought appearing and disappearing and appearing and disappearing in a gradual process. In our thinking, there are a series of thoughts, series of mental pictures. When you see in a film the hand of the particular person is moving, it contains number of pictures. Similarly, when we think about something, when we think that something pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, a series of thoughts. When you like somebody, formation of series of thoughts, series of mental images. And all those mental images are within our body, which is about 6 feet according to what the Buddha has declared in the Rohitassa Sutta. And we are controlled by the influence of our body. Our hormones influence a lot. A sex feeling, a love feeling, they are due to certain hormones activity. Certain hormones get formed in our young age, make the young people, males and females, to get attracted to each other. That power of hormones get decreased with age. In your old age, you are not influenced by the hormones. Physically, you don't get activated, but you may get mentally activated. Unsatisfied sexual desires retained in your brain cells can get activated even in your old age. It is the escape, as I mentioned earlier, from both the mind and the body that is called Nirodha, the Nirvana. When you escape from our mind called illusion, formations, picture halls, we can see the reality as it is, but that state of mind we cannot experience until we get enlightened. That is why in the Drona Sutta Buddha says, Vijnanam Anidasana. You have the awareness, sati, vijnanam. There is a pure consciousness. Pure consciousness means our consciousness is self-centered. Pure consciousness is unself-centered. There is consciousness even in nirvana, but that consciousness is not self-centered. You cannot experience it until you yourself is not self-centered. That happens only at the enlightenment. That is why Buddha says that pure consciousness of the nirvana called vijnanam anidasana. No sample can be given for that. Buddhas, the enlightened ones, experience, they become conscious of things. And that consciousness is called just knowing. Not through previous experiences, not through consciousness, not through self-centered. They see things as they are. Dittincha anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno. They see things free from prejudices. What are prejudices? Previous mental images, previous mental tendencies that make us to like or dislike or ignore certain things. Enlightened minds are free from the influence of those mental images, mental forces, mental imaginations. They see things as they are. That is called yata bhuta jnana dasana. Seeing things as they are. Therefore, they can accept things as they are, yata labha santushti. Because they can accept anything as it is, their mind, that peace of mind, is not disturbed by the worldly changes, worldly vicissitudes, by the worldly conditions. That is why it is said in Mahamangala Sutta, Puttasa loka dhamme chittang yasana kampati. The world, they live in a world of reality, we live in a world of dreams, mental images, mental formations that we experience as realities. A dream is not a reality, but when we experience it, it appears to be reality. We are facing in our mind apparent realities, but they are not actual realities. The actual reality is beyond the thinking process. That is why Buddha said, thinking process ceases at the enlightenment. Visankara gatan chittam, in the first paean of joy. Our mind, as I mentioned earlier, is a picture hall, and we are influenced, we are guided, we are directed by those mental images, mental formations, which are really illusions. And therefore, because the reality is hidden by those illusions, we do not experience the reality. But that reality cannot be experienced by the mind. That is why the nirvana is called atakkachara. You can't experience as a mental image, as an object of the mind. But nirvana can be a part and parcel of yourself. That is by realization of nirvana. Your nirvana can influence can get absorbed both in your mind and body. That is why the enlightened one has a pleasant physical form, physical look. They are very pleasant to be looked at. And that is why they have a very pleasant mind. That mind is free from defilement. What are defilement? Mind is defiled by mental images which are illusory. And going beyond that illusion, one can realize the supreme bliss of nirvana.